Hello, everyone, and welcome in. This is Amy of AJC Magic TV. I do welcome everyone into the show today. I know I'm but a few minutes early, but I do welcome you all in. We'll just have some chat choice, and I also have some this and that Magic Kingdom rides, and we can do some other conversation. I'm Amy of AJC Magic TV. Make sure you check out our channel and all our different videos as we have gone live in and around Pittsburgh. And our latest live stream was on the Gateway Clipper fleet on one of the riverboat tours. We are going to look into doing a evening cruise. Welcome in Duke Family Chronicles. Thank you for joining. We're going to look into doing a kind of a sunset cruise or one of their 6 p.m., 7 p.m. cruises as the sun goes down. And if the pirates are home, you will be able to see inside PNC Park to see it all lit up and everything too on that type of tour. So I do welcome everyone in. Welcome in Noah. This Noah's Adventures. Thank you for joining. And if we have time, we'll also do some Pixar Disney questions. So we'll wait and see who all comes in. But I do welcome the Duke Family Chronicles and Noah and anyone else who is watching or ninja watching. No problem. I like the ninja watchers. Hopefully you like what you're listening to and watching as you're cooking or eating dinner or whatever. Just make sure you hit that thumbs up button. It does help out the channel, and I do appreciate it. Welcome in, Catherine Wilby. Thank you for joining. Today we're going to do some this and that on the Magic Kingdom rides. And then you guys can tell me in the chat what your favorite rides are at the Magic Kingdom. And then we'll go from there. But I do welcome everyone in. So I hope you're all having a great day. I'm going to do a little bit of housekeeping. I do like to thank Dean of the Live Place, theliveplace.com. You can go and check out the website for family-friendly content. There are channels, there are RVing channels, there are travel channels, cruising channels. So go check out theliveplace.com. We do appreciate Dean for hosting our channel and advertising. Thank you very much. And also later today at 7 p.m., the Disney Nerd Herders will be on at 7 p.m. Pete McDevitt will be interviewing a creator. I should have looked up. I do that all the time. I need to look up to see who he's interviewing this today at 7 p.m. And I know he does baseball streams throughout the day and various times during the week. And then check him out on Friday night for Disney Chaos. And then at 8 p.m., The Wonderful World of Walter is on. Welcome in, Disney Nerd Herders. And also the D&G Explorers go on at 8 p.m. And they talk about cruising and the Disneyland parks and Disney all together. So go check out those guys. They're pretty fun and they're very nice people. I hope to meet them sometime. And so we'll see if I ever get out to Disneyland and they're there, or if they're here and I'm actually in Disney World if they're visiting. Oh, tonight Pete McDevitt has Xanaland for his Chill with Pete McDevitt chat. So go check that out at 7 p.m. But don't forget to check out the Disney Nerd Herders. They're still on their various lands of the Magic Kingdom, the rides in those particular lands. So go check that out, and they bring on some various guests. And then also, if you at 9 p.m., Monarch Moments, and the This and That crew and the This and That guys will be talking about their Biggest Loser challenge and everything. So go check out them and Monarch Moments. Yes, Charlie and Stacy, I have a couple of them planned out. I really wish I could get down there when you guys are there, but somebody else already has vacation time then. But I'll have to get your full dates maybe to see if I could catch you at the beginning or towards the end of your trip, depending on your dates. And I'm looking at going for the 50th anniversary, and I'm hoping to be squeeze in a trip for the Christmas season. It just depends on how things go. But I am looking at a summer trip, and I'm just not sure the exact dates yet, but I do have something in the works. I'm just waiting to find out how my arm and everything um, kind of what would be happening. So if I have to have anything else done with that. So, and then tomorrow, if you really want a great challenge, make sure you check out It's Joey's World versus Jeff of This Our Dreams for the Chicken Nugget Challenge. So that should be exciting. Maybe Jeff will put something weird on the chicken nuggets and he'll lose. But who knows? We'll see what happens. Yeah, it would be great to meet up. I know my first year back to Disney, you guys were there at the boardwalk, and I was staying off site with my sister's family, but we had planned to do Universal and SeaWorld, and we got to Disney like the last 3 days of our trip, and it was just too jam-packed of everything that I didn't get a chance to try to see where you guys were to say hello on that trip. So that would be the type of thing. So I would definitely, if I'm down there, I would definitely try to message you to even just say hello and maybe a ride or something or a snack or whatever. Welcome in, Debbie Burnfield. Oh, no problem. I just actually started. Usually I start at 6 p.m. T. Marie's place. She was antiquing and started her show early. So I just started a little bit early, only 10 minutes early. So that's no problem. Welcome in, Mary. I do appreciate everyone who is here. So we will get started. And yes, the Disney Nerd Herders will be talking about Liberty Square tonight. But this is going to be a this and that. And the one I have an official one, and it's on Frontierland. And then I made up some for Fantasyland and Tomorrowland. And I try to keep those lands together that way. And I know when you get to some of them, they're going to be hard. And some of them, it's going to be like, wow, that was stupid to put that up against that, no brainer type of thing. So I do welcome everyone in, and we'll get started. But this is a Frontierland this or that. Splash Mountain or Big Thunder Mountain. Welcome in, Carol Carkey. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're doing well too, Mary. I'm not doing too bad. Thank you. This one's kind of hard because I actually like both of them. But this or that, Splash Mountain or Big Thunder Mountain. I'm going to go with Big Thunder. I mean, I love both of them. But it seems like I can never get enough of the Big Thunder Mountain ride. And unfortunately, my last trip, which was in 2019, it rained right as our Fast Pass was ready for Splash Mountain. And that was our early Magic Kingdom day. And we didn't get a chance to get back to Splash Mountain after the rest of the day as we went along. So it just happened. We got off Big Thunder Mountain, was getting ready to go over to Splash Mountain, and the lightning came, and everybody had to get out of line. So we didn't get to really ride that. And by the time we were able to maybe possibly ride it, we had already had other plans because we had lunch plans at Liberty Tree Tavern and the mine train and Jungle Cruise and everything. It's been 20 years since I rode those, so not sure. I think Splash Mountain. That's not bad. Okay, you get headaches on Big Thunder Mountain. Yeah, it can be a little rough there at times. I mean, when you listen to various streams, some of the people like, oh, screaming and stuff, and not to pick on Jeff, but he's one of them when he's streaming, like, and I know what it feels like there. But Big Thunder Mountain or Splash Mountain? It looks like it's kind of split because Noah's saying Splash Mountain, unless he's just saying it breaks down every once in a while. Oh no, he said Big Thunder. Catherine Wilby said Big Thunder. The Disney Nerd Herder said Splash Mountain. Debbie Burnfield, Splash Mountain. Adventures by D, welcome in, Dave. And he says Splash Mountain. I can remember always getting up, and that was my first rope drop when that opened because I love going right to Splash Mountain and then jump over to Big Thunder Mountain. Okay, the next one. Welcome in, Disney Baker Chris. Thank you for joining. I do welcome you. The next one, Country Bears or Tom Sawyer's Island? Country Bears or Tom Sawyer's Island? The Country Bears or Tom Sawyer's Island? I'm going to go with the Country Bears just because it's kind of nice to go in and sit down and cool off, especially if it's hot out. I haven't been over to Tom Sawyer's Island in a while, and I know they refurbished it and kind of reopened it and everything. But the Country Bears, it's just because if I had some time and really wanted to take time and relax, I'd go ahead and go over to Tom Sawyer's Island. But sometimes it just feels like a hassle trying to wait for the raft and go over. You kind of walk around a little bit, and it is kind of relaxing. But I'd rather just go in for the Country Bears. I like the music. I know people think it's corny and stuff, but I don't know. I just get a kick out of it, and maybe just because I know I only went to Disney as a teen, but that's just something I remember, and it's kind of nice to go in and cool off and everything. Country Bears for me, Tom Sawyer's Island for the kids. Yeah. I haven't been to Tom Sawyer's Island in a while, but I know they kind of fix it in different things like that. Charlie loves Tom Sawyer's Island. I like the Bears, so we are tied. Debbie Burnfield, Country Bears. Welcome in, Francisco. Disney Baker says the Country Bears. Let's see. Noah says Country Bears. Adventures by D says Country Bears. But yeah, if you're ever there and haven't been to Tom Sawyer's Island, it is kind of fun to go wander around and everything. But if you're really wanting to get in other things and stuff, I think if you had like a couple days at the Magic Kingdom, it'd be nice to go over relaxing and just wander through. But yeah, the Country Bears. But welcome in. Okay, the next question. Front row on Splash Mountain or back row on Big Thunder Mountain? Front row on Splash Mountain or the back row on Thunder Mountain? Unfortunately for me, I would probably say the front row on Splash Mountain, especially if it's a hot day. I know there's times you can get off there completely soaked, and other times it just depends on how the water sprays. But usually you do end up kind of your face wet and stuff. But the front row for me, I'm not crazy about the back row on a lot of coasters because I feel that it's a lot bumpier, and I'd rather be more in the middle or the front of the train on a coaster than the back of a coaster because it's usually rough on that. But front row for me on Splash Mountain, especially if it's hot, because it's nice to go and at least get some cooled off. And we do have a lot of front row for Splash. That's a hard one. Front on Splashes. I will say, though, for Mine Train, that back car is fun for that one. Just because I think it's not as bumpy. It's not bumpy, and you're kind of swaying. And I think that takes away from the bumpiness, but it is a smooth ride. But if you really like that swaying on the mine train, the back car is really nice on the mine train. Okay, next up. Pecos Bills or Golden Oak Outpost? Pecos Bills or Golden Oak Outpost? Pecos Bills or Golden Oak Outpost? I'm going to say Pecos Bills because I know the Golden Oak Outpost started out as like a McDonald's French fry chicken nugget place. I'm not sure what they serve there now. I think it's like tater tots with different flavorings and stuff, but I'm really not sure. But Pecos Bills, at least I know they have the tacos and the bowls, and I think they do have a burger on the menu. I remember when it was a burger and some other food places, and then that other place, Tortuga, had the tacos and stuff. And then they made Pecos Bills the tacos and the bowls and stuff. Probably because the not Tomorrowland, the Cosmic Rays carries the burgers and stuff. So they probably wanted to switch it up and give people other choices. But Pecos Bills, it's not too bad. And especially whenever they had the fixing bar open and everything. So who knows if those will ever get back open, those fixing bars and things. We'll have to wait and see in the future here how they'll handle different things like that. I know right now they give you some of the fixings and things. But I think the Golden Oak Outpost does tater tots with different toppings or maybe some other type of foods. I'm not real sure. And I never really went to it when it had the McDonald's fries or whatever, whenever McDonald's was kind of in the parks till they separated. Now the next one is characters, but Big Al Bear, or Trixie Bear, Big Al Bear or Trixie Bear. Hello, Monarch Moments. Welcome in, Garrett or Michelle or Hannah and Gabe. Hello. Welcome in, Garrett. But Big Al Bear or Trixie Bear? Trixie. I would say for me, Big Al Bear. He's usually out dancing and having a good time. I know Trixie's in the show and she sings. Welcome in, Princess Paula Bell. Thank you for joining. Welcome in. But Big Al Bear or Trixie Bear? But I'll go with Big Al. He's usually outside wandering around. He is good in the show and stuff. I love Big Al's song. Yes. Big Al. We got the Disney Nerd Herders, Princess Paula Bell with Big Al, Karki with Big Al. Next up, Brer Rabbit or Brer Bear Fox? Brer Rabbit or Brer... Oh, okay, it's either Brer Rabbit or Brer Bear and Brer Fox. Debbie Burnfield said Trixie Bear. So one Trixie Bear. The next characters, either you choose Brer Rabbit or Brer Fox and Brer Bear. It's funny seeing the Brer Bear and Brer Fox throughout the ride trying to capture Brer Rabbit, but Brer Rabbit, he's cute and yeah, he does stupid mistakes, not paying attention to what he's doing and everything, but he's able to escape. But yeah, the Brer Fox, he's pretty sly, keen there with everything. But Brer Fox is the Disney Nerd Herders. We have Brer Rabbit, Karki, Brer Rabbit, Princess Paula Bell. Adventures by D says Brer Rabbit. I like Brer Rabbit. It's just because years ago, before the craze of all the Mountain merchandise is gone, I actually bought a Brer Rabbit because I always liked that character and everything. Welcome in Pepper Tree Villa, Arnie and Doug. I'm guessing this is Arnie, but welcome in. Debbie Burnfield says Brer Fox. Yeah, he's pretty sly there and pretty keen on what he wants. And he has that keen, that sly smile on his face. I'm working because I'm still working. No problem. I do welcome you in. Thank you for joining. But they're all good characters there. The next up, what do you collect? Press pennies or pins? Press pennies or pins? Well, my answer, I do the press pennies, but I'm more of a pin collector, trader person. So I'm going to say pin trading for me, pin collecting. I do the press pennies every once in a while if there's a place that I really want the thing, but just to have. But I never really got into the press pennies. But there's times just as fun for the kids, give them the money, and they always like cranking the machine and stuff like that. And nowadays, I think you just pick. I'm not sure if they still have the little crank, but I think you just pick whatever thing, and then it just automatically does it. So I do more of the pins, more press pennies, but I love pins. Yes. But if there was one that I really wanted, I would get it and everything like that. Debbie says pins. Dizzy Nerd Herder says pins. Car Key, more press pennies, but I love pins. Adventurer by D, pins. And Princess Paula Bell says pins. Yeah, I have a lot of pins. I'm trying to get them organized, and maybe I'll show a few here or there, different collections and stuff that I have. I miss my cast member pins. Oh, I bet. I have, I'm not sure where it is, but I think it might be in the one jewelry box. I have my cast member pin with the Steamboat Willie on there, because I was a cast member way back when Hollywood Studios actually opened, when it was Disney MGM Studio. I think it's in the one jewelry box with with my Steamboat Willie pin on there. They didn't have pin trading yet. I think it started a little bit later in there. I wish I could find one of my older lanyards. It's probably in one of the suitcases that I'm not using anymore, in one of the pockets, but I used to carry it with me to Disney because there were some that were traders and then others that were collection ones. And it's probably around here somewhere. And there's a lot from whenever the Halloween parties and the Christmas parties and all that started. Plus Candlelight Processional, they used to give you a pin and a lanyard whenever you would buy for the Candlelight Processional, the packages. That's cool, Princess Paula Bell. That's nice. Okay, next up, Liberty Bell or Walt Disney World Railroad? Culinary was your rule? Okay. Yeah, I worked in the Hollywood and Vine, and then I moved to Primetime Cafe and then helped them open up this sci-fi dine-in restaurant. Welcome in, RVing to Disney. Thank you for joining. Liberty Bell or the Walt Disney World Railroad? For me, I miss the railroad. I can't wait for it to come back. It is the railroad. I was lucky enough to get to take one of the behind the scenes tours. I did it before 2011 when they used to give you the railroad spikes from the old spikes when they would change them out. You used to get a railroad spike from the Walt Disney World Railroad after the tour, but after 9/11 and everything, they still doing that. But now they give I don't know if they still do. I've seen people show pins that they got from that tour. But it's a really great tour if and when they do tours, and that's still being offered. If you love trains and stuff, I would recommend going. They do take you back by the monorail houses and and the train houses in the back, the round houses. They show and fill up the train with the water back in Fantasyland and let off the steam and tell you how it all works and how you can become a train conductor and stuff. So it was really fun. Plus, you learn about Walt Disney's love of the railroad trains. I know I did get to go to Disneyland many years ago, like in the late 90s before California Adventure opened up. But for me at that time, I know the love of Disney and everything, but at that time, I know like I didn't realize they had like the tours of walk and walt steps and stuff like that. So I know Disneyland's going to be opening up for out of state people, but I know if I go, I want to wait until they open the tours back up because that is a must do for me. When I went, I know Walt walked in that, but I wasn't realizing a lot of that significance when I went. But I just knew I wanted to go to Disneyland when I was out that way, and it was a great day. It was kind of an empty park that day because it was kind of an on and off drizzly, cool day, and got to walk on a lot, but to ride the railroads. Yeah, that's really cool with the behind the scenes. Yes, welcome in Randy and Kathy. Sorry if I missed you. But the Walt Disney World Railroad, I can't wait for it to go. There's times that I'll just ride it around the park. Other times I use it as transportation if I'm back in Fantasyland and want to get over, go back up to the front. I'll get on the train. And so it's really a fun time and everything. So I can't wait for that to open back up. I'm not saying that the Liberty Bell's nice and relaxing and stuff. And they do have a little storyline and different things like that. I am not sure, Disney Nerd Herders. I think they're still with trying to do the track, plus with Tron still going with the construction and stuff. So hopefully it'll be pretty soon. I've been under the castle when I was a cast member. Yes. I think all cast members got a chance to go under the castle on their intakes and their Disney University tours or Disney College tours and stuff like that. I know back in my day in the 90s, that's where the cast connections and various other things. So I was under the tunnel, under the Magic Kingdom a lot in the tunnels there, the utilidors. And it's pretty cool if you ever get to go on one of those tours that you get to go under. Welcome in, Daniel Disinfinity. Jackie of RVing to Disney. I wasn't sure if I said hello. I just want to make sure. If you guys are enjoying the stream, please remember to hit that thumbs up button. And it's much appreciated. It does help out the channel to get us out there. And we have done some live streams in and around Pennsylvania. Our latest one is a riverboat cruise on the 3 rivers around the city of Pittsburgh. And they do have a narration. I'm looking to go on a later time cruise so you can see the sunset and how the lights reflect on the water. And if the Pirates are playing, you'll get to see the stadium all lit up and everything. So it really makes it a nice evening in Pittsburgh. And we've done various Disney streams and merchandise and pins. And we also talked about other things in trivia. So I do welcome you in. Consider subscribing if you're new. So thank you very much. The next up one is I kind of made this up myself and I chose the Fantasyland rides. And we'll see what you guys think. In Fantasyland, and probably some of them are going to be hard and some might not be fair for everything like that. Oh, yes, and Wishables. I kind of held myself back on the Star Tours Wishables. I was going to look to see if they were still available because I think today was a free shipping unless that was yesterday. But that was type of thing. So I'm kind of like holding back on the Wishables. I did buy one of those Inumos, one of them. So and an outfit. I bought the Kermit one. that's the one I bought. I was trying to think of which one I bought. I haven't really put the clothing or anything on it, and I'd like to get the Tigger one, but I'll wait and see if they're still available in the parks when I get down there. Kind of saving my money since my Disney store closed, and I figured, well, right now I'm kind of saving money unless there's something out there I really want, but a lot of the stuff I want is in the parks, so I'll be waiting for that. Thank you, Princess Paula Bell. Yes, everyone, a lot of friendly people, and they're very nice and helpful, and they each bring something different to the table. So yes, check them out. But here we go, Fantasyland rides. Peter Pan or Winnie the Pooh? Peter Pan or Winnie the Pooh? That's a tough one, but for me, Peter Pan. I don't know, just something about that ride, and maybe because Winnie the Pooh wasn't there on my first trip, and I remember getting on that pirate ship type of thing, and kind of like watching the scenery, and I know they fixed up the queue since over the years, but yeah, it is a tough call. But I can remember watching the track on the bottom and seeing and I'm like, how's that going to happen? And then just started flying through the air, and it's just incredible. I don't know what it is that's always the longest line out of the rides. The lines for Peter Pan are always long. Yes, I just don't know what it is. I guess it's just as magical, and you're flying through the air. I guess I'm not sure, but it is a hard one because I do enjoy Winnie the Pooh. I enjoyed Mr. Toad when he was there at the Winnie the Pooh site, but Peter Pan is the one. It's one of my favorite movies. I know when I went to London, I wish I would have known where the statue actually was. I had an idea, but Hyde Park is pretty big. But after realizing that it was more closer to where I was actually staying, and I was on the other side of Hyde Park, I'm kind of kicking myself that I didn't go past the Kensington Palace area and stuff, because it's back behind there, back in that part of the Hyde Park area. And I was trying to look for that and everything, but I didn't get a chance. So one of these days, I hope I get back to London and do a little more sightseeing and stuff. Pooh is my childhood, and I can understand that. We like Winnie the Pooh, but Peter Pan is special to us too. Yes, I do love both of them, though. Any of the dark rides is pretty fun. I wish they would add a couple more dark rides to the Fantasyland. I know when the Snow White scary ride or whatever was there. I do love Mine Train. Don't get me wrong, but that Snow White ride, it's a shame that they took it out for the Mine Train, but I always had fun watching that, riding that also. Sophie played the role of Tiger Lily, so we liked seeing her in the Peter Pan ride. Yes. Okay, the next one, the Seven Dwarfs Mine Train or Goofy's Barnstormer. Yes, that and Mr. Toad's. Yes. Yeah, that was fun watching the Monarch Moments and even Pepper Tree Villa on the Mr. Toad's Wild Ride out in Disneyland. I think they only had the one side open whenever they were there. I remember two sides because we would always get back in line hoping to get both sides when we did that. But Mine Train or Goofy's Barnstormer, I agree. The Mine Train's a lot smoother. And like I said, I like riding in the back mine car because the way it goes and it sways really nice and everything like that. And I really like the Mine Train. I just wish it was a tad longer. Kind of, I know like with Slinky Dog, they made it a little bit longer and everything. But the Mine Train is fun and everything. And we actually had a nice magic moment when I came back to Disneyland or Disney World for my first time back after my transplant and everything. And they let us ride 3 times in a row. So I got to sit in the back row because at that point, people didn't want to sit in the back row, and so I was able to get back in line for the back row. So that was really cool. So I do thank those cast members at the Mine Train. And next one, the Mad Hatter teacups. The sequence in the mine with the dwarves is great. Yes, Daniel, that is a nice little transition type of thing with the music and everything like that. Yes, that is a good sequence there. And I know in my Fast Pass days, I know getting there early, get there and had my Fast Pass, but then I would get on at rope drop and ride so I could get a couple of rides in before I really got up to the 2-3 hour waits that they would get. Okay, next up is the Mad Hatter teacups or Dumbo, the flying elephant. The Mad Hatter teacups or Dumbo, the flying elephant. This is tough for me. I do like the teacups. I don't have a problem with this. I don't like to spin too fast around, but I'll spin every once in a while. But I guess for me, Dumbo is more sentimental. I loved it when it was by the behind the castle and everything. I know why they moved it and put the double arms because it was always lined up, one of the longest lines besides Peter Pan. But Dumbo is more sentimental. I like that flying in the air and going around. But yes, the Dumbo. But the teacups are fun, though, every once in a while there. I don't know if I could ride with Joey if he spins like crazy. But I would ride with him, though. I'm not going to say I wouldn't. But if I had the chance to ride with Joey, I probably would. But make sure I take some Dramamine and be very careful. Welcome in, Keith BDF. Thank you for joining. I can picture my son and daughter spinning like maniacs and laughing. Yes, that's always fun. The kids love doing that. Okay, next up. It's a Small World or Under the Sea with Ariel. I'm not sure what the Ariel ride's called, but I think it is the Under the Sea Ariel. But It's a Small World or Under the Sea with Ariel. Welcome in, Penguin Master. I figure you would be stopping in as the Pittsburgh Penguins do or die for them tonight. Ugh. So have fun watching the game. Hopefully they end up winning. Yeah, it is hard because I do like both of them. I love the music for with the Little Mermaid. But It's a Small World is sentimental. For me, it's going to be a tie. I really can't choose. But there are times that I would have to say that It's a Small World. It's more sentimental and more meaningful, and it's more history out of that. We have a storm coming, going to get the candles out and flashlights out in case we lose power. Okay, Stacy and Charlie, have a good night. Hopefully we'll see you at 7 p.m. And yes, be careful with the storm. We just had a pretty big deluge before I got on and everything, wondering if it was going to last long. I don't know. Our weather here seems like it's becoming what Florida does with that big heavy rain. 15 days until your 59th birthday. Well, happy birthday. And take care of yourself and stay safe. Welcome back, Noah. But It's a Small World or Under the Sea with Ariel. I would say It's a Small World, but the Under the Sea with Ariel is a close second because I usually will ride everything I can when I'm at the Magic Kingdom. Welcome in. It's Joey's World. I was just talking about the teacups, and I said, I don't know if I can ride with Joey, but if I had the opportunity, I would sacrifice and ride with Joey on the teacups because they would be fun, and to meet Joey would be great. But a lot of people, some said the Ariel ride, and some said It's a Small World. Okay, the next up, the Carousel or Mickey's PhilharMagic. Yeah, I don't know. I'd probably match Jeff in that like ready to barf zone type of thing on that if I spun too fast. But thank you. The Carousel or Mickey's PhilharMagic. I know that's probably not a fair type of thing. I guess if I want it cooled off, I would go to Mickey's PhilharMagic. Yeah, that one's a little hard to choose. Unfortunately for me, I've really very rarely get on the carousel, but I have been on it. I know my last trip with my sister's family in June of 2019, we did ride the carousel. That was something that they all wanted to ride. So, but it's nice to go into Mickey's PhilharMagic. It's fun. The music and everything, and it's a great place to go in and cool off. I know when we were in line, a storm had come through, so we were inside the show. By the time we got out, it stopped raining. So Mickey's PhilharMagic, and a lot of people are saying Mickey's PhilharMagic. Randy and Kathy was, yeah, it's a little too hard to choose. And unfortunately, like I said, for me, sometimes the carousel gets passed over because the line, it gets kind of long at times unless it's late at night and everything. Yes, I did see that, Keith. Samuel E. Wright, aka Sebastian from Little Mermaid, passed away. Yes, I did see that on a news type of effort there. A lot of people saying PhilharMagic. Okay, next up, Buzz Lightyear or the Tomorrowland Speedway. Buzz Lightyear or the Tomorrowland Speedway. I'm going to go, well, yeah, that's a tough one for me in a way because I love the cars and driving around. I know they smell the gasoline. I guess I'm weird in that sense. But I do like Buzz Lightyear because I'm competitive and I do want to try and get that the Space Ranger magical number of the 99999. But I just wish, yeah, I wish though it was a little bit better, the Buzz Lightyear type of thing. And I think the blasters are probably getting a little old to try to, but there are people getting that Space Ranger thing though. Mary says the Speedway, it's Joey's World, Buzz Lightyear, Noah, Buzz Lightyear, Randy and Kathy, the Speedway, RVing to Disney, Buzz Lightyear, Car Key, Buzz Lightyear. So, yeah, they're both fun, and I know for little kids, the Speedway is always fun because they drive, even though they drive it crazily. But sometimes, even as an adult, it's sometimes hard to drive those cars. Welcome in, Flipper. Thank you for joining. I know it was T Marie's place stream at the Antiquing and everything, but she did a good job. It was really cool seeing all the different antiques and stuff like that. If I ever did that, I know there's some antique places down south of me and everything like that, just to go look and see with Disney things. But there are times I look in the Goodwill or some of that, and you find some of the Disney dishes and stuff. It's hard to get in and out of those cars. Yes, I could see that. Jeff almost fell on top of Angela at that time, but I know he was holding the camera. But I know what you mean, though, trying to step in and out of those cars because they sit so low. Everything. But welcome in, Flipper. Thank you for joining. I do too at this Infinity. I always go into the ride thinking that I'm going to get a high score, and I never do. Yes. We actually have a ride here at our local amusement park. It's kind of like Buzz Lightyear, but it's called Kenneth Ghostwood Estates. And if I ever, the next time I'm with my nephew and that, I'll go in on the ride with them and maybe do a video so you can actually see what it's like. But it's like a cross of the Haunted Mansion and Buzz Lightyear, where you get this shoot the ghost with the little power blaster and everything. It's pretty fun. It was a lot of fun. I think there will be more of that. Yeah. It seemed like a lot of people were interested and stuff like that with all the different stuff with that. So that is a good idea to get out on the road and check out other things. Welcome in, Ryan, Captain Akron 27. Thank you for joining. Okay, the next one. And I'm sure I know what everyone's going to say, but Carousel of Progress or the Monsters Inc. Laugh Floor. Carousel of Progress or the Monsters Inc. Laugh Floor. Now I'm doing Tomorrowland, so that's why they're matched the way they were, or I would have found something that might have matched the Carousel of Progress. I don't know how anyone can vlog live stream with another person in the car. Yeah, that's true there in a sense. Sometimes, don't know these rides other than YouTubers showing us it. It's been many years since I've been to Disney. Oh, no problem, Disney. Debbie Burnfield. That's how you probably learn the rides and everything, especially if you haven't been there in a while. With that, but yeah, the Carousel of Progress for me, it's more of a historical type of history thing. I know people are like, oh, I go in and take a nap. It is nice to go in and cool off and relax for a little bit and recharge yourself. Not yet, but that one's going to be a hard one for people. But let me see. Somebody said something, and I don't know how anyone can vlog live stream with another person in the car. Sometimes it's easier if you do have another person with you in the speedway cars and by yourself. Trying to get in and out of the car is a lot easier. Plus, then the other person can drive while you film. So that makes it a little bit easier because I don't know how you drive it and film the car when I do see some do that by themselves and then others pair up. So, yeah, either way. I know when I'm with my nephew, he doesn't like to be on stream, but if he could drive the car for me or something, that would be easy for that. So I don't show him on the stream. If he walks in front of me or something, then he's on the stream, but nobody knows who he is. Okay, this one. I hope they get a new scenery for the Carousel Progress. Yeah, it would be nice if they could add a new scene to that. I've always said that about the American Adventure. I know they had that movie at the end, the montage, but it would be neat if they could add something else. But it would probably take a big refurbishment. And I'm sure with the Carousel Progress, they probably don't want to mess with that. You never know if they really do or not. But since that is from the, I know Noah mentioned it, the World's Fair and something that Walt Disney helped create on that. So it would probably be hard to add something to it, even though it would be cool if they would update that a little bit better. Yeah, I'm not again, like you said, I can understand that with that. But it would be really neat on there. Okay, the one that people are waiting for, and it'll be interesting to see what people say, but Tomorrowland, the TTA versus Space Mountain. The TTA or Space Mountain. That's a tough one. I will say Space Mountain. That used to be, I would wake up early for the early morning magic hours or the extra magic hours or whatever they were called. And that was the first ride I would go to when they would have Tomorrowland and Fantasyland open, was Space Mountain. But I could see where the TTA is relaxing. I'm not going to say that I don't like it. I love the TTA. It's fun to ride at midday. And then I love riding it at night. It's relaxing. Just something to rest your feet and ride around and everything. Yeah, neither can I, Daniel. The Skyway. Although I did get to ride the Skyway at Disney World, because when I first went, they still had the Skyway and all the subsequent trips until they took it out. So I got to ride the Skyway. That was always fun. But yeah, they're both They're both fun. I would probably pick Space Mountain over the TTA if that was like the last ride of the night or something, and everything, because I do like Space Mountain. But the TTA is very relaxing. You do get good views, and especially at night with the lights and all of that, and especially and a lot of times like when the Halloween parties or the Christmas parties are going on, you could see what's going on the little stage, and also over by the castle, and everything like that. So I really like both of them. But that was all the this and that of the rides. I could have you choose Adventureland, but it would be kind of hard. But I'll go ahead and ask though. Would you ride? What about the Jungle Cruise versus Pirates of the Caribbean? Um, for me, that's a tough one because I love them both. Um, but I'd probably end up picking Pirates over the Jungle Cruise. Although, like I said, that's pretty hard for me. The Jungle Cruise versus the Pirates of the Caribbean, but Pirates. Probably Space Mountain over TTA, but very close. Yes, that's me. That is a really hard one. Yes, Randy and Kathy, because I love them both almost equally. Um, in fact, I almost was going to say I'd do the Jungle Cruise before I do Pirates, but because you come to that first, if I would walk into Adventureland. Um, but and a lot of times both of them do have fairly long lines, but it seems like I guess just because of the way they load, and even on regular days before the blip and everything, when they did pile people into the boats, it still were long lines to get on there, a little bit longer waits because you can only put so many people on the boats and stuff. Where Pirates, kind of continuously moving, but it seemed like more rows on the boats and stuff. But yeah, that's a hard one. But Pirates, that's fun. And then the flying carpets versus the tiki room. The flying carpets versus the tiki room. Because there is the Swiss Family Treehouse, and sometimes people miss that attraction. I try to go up there every once in a while, especially if you get some good views. They're starting to grow up over that, but you used to get some good views towards the castle for fireworks and stuff. If it's last call and can only do one, maybe Pirates, yes. The tiki room or the flying carpets, I'm going to say the tiki room. I do love that. I know it's corny for some people. I just don't know. Something about the music, it's catchy. You can go in and rest a little bit. They do have a little pre-show there. I know they're not doing pre-shows right now, but if you ever catch that at the beginning, they do that. The treehouse at WW stinks. The one at DL looks way better. Yes, I think it was D&G Explorers went up into the treehouse, and I'm sure Pepper Tree Villa probably went up there too. Trying to remember all the streams that I've seen in there. Thank you for joining, Princess Paula Bella. Have a great night. Thank you for joining. We'll catch you in the chats. Yes, the one at Disneyland is so much better. Yes, it did look better. It looks bigger and everything like that. But it's kind of fun to go up there. I would love, it would be cool if they had something where you could stay in the treehouse for the night. But yeah, the tiki room over the flying carpets. If the tiki room isn't open, then I do ride the flying carpets every once in a while and try to avoid getting soaked by the spinning camels. But sometimes if it's hot, I don't mind getting that squirting from the camels. But have a great night, Paula. Thank you for joining. If you haven't already done so, please remember to hit that thumbs up button. It is much appreciated. It does help out the channel. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing and check out all our other videos and live streams that we have done. There are trivia ones and all that stuff. So thank you for joining. But yes, the Tiki Room looks like it is a winner on there. But that was pretty much all the rides throughout the Magic Kingdom. And I know on the first this and that, they did do some food stands and different things. Um, and that would be like Dole Whip versus the Citrus Swirl. So, what do people like, Dole Whip or the Citrus Swirl? Would you go for first? The Dole Whips or the Citrus Swirls? Bring on the redhead. Thanks, Carol. Pirate Princess Red. Yeah, I know. Like they changed the pirates. I don't know. I've kind of liked it the old way, but I know things change, and maybe it's for the better, maybe not. But that's the thing when you have seen the rides in their original conceptions and stuff. You're just like, oh, okay, it could have made it better. Pete also does the Dole Whip or Citrus Swirl question on the hot seat. Yes, I know he does. Dole Whip churro. um, yeah, if I ever get to Disneyland there, Garrett, I'll be trying all the churros or all the snacks. There's a lot of Dole Whips there. Yeah, I choose the Dole Whip first, although I have done the Citrus Swirl on occasion. They both have long lines at their stands and everything, but something about the Dole Whip, I usually get the pineapple float a lot of times. I haven't been to the Polynesian whenever I know they have the new window there and stuff, but I haven't gone to the Polynesian since they put that in. I remember going to the Polynesian when you could self-serve, and that's probably one of the reasons why they did the pineapple lanai, because people would just fill their cups way up with all the Dole Whip. But it looks like mostly everybody likes the Dole Whips. The Dole Whip churro. Yeah, the Disneyland news, any of you are planning, June 15th, all out-of-staters can start going to Disneyland if they can get a reservation. I'm pretty, I guess. Towers of Dole Whip. Yes. Or they were filling their refillable mugs and all kinds of stuff there. But yeah, the June 15th. They should have put a timer on the self-serve. Yes, that's true, Jackie. They should have on that. And I know we have a local place that does the Dole Whip, and each week they do different flavors. I've been trying to catch all the different flavors. The pineapple one, when they do it, is really good and creamy and everything. Has anyone had the new Dole Whip nachos? We have not, but looks good. No, I have not, but I've always thought about it. But when I get to Disney Springs, that might be something of a dessert after, depending on where I eat, or even in the afternoon if I was there. Okay, Chris, Disney Baker, thank you for joining. I do appreciate it. But no, I haven't. It looks delicious. That might be a great afternoon snack if I was at Disney Springs during the day. But it looks good. Or even a dessert, depending on where I ate, and after a while go there. But some of those restaurants have some good desserts too. But the Dole Whip nachos. But I did an orange a citrus swirl float with the Fanta orange one. So it wasn't too bad. It was pretty good. I would break that timer. Be sticking your head under the Dole Whip thing. But yeah, I try to catch the one ice cream place. They do pineapple, mango. That's the only flavor I don't really care for. I'm not a mango person, but I'm sure there's a lot of people out there that like it. But they do raspberry, lime, lemon, orange, and cherry. And I still haven't caught the cherry flavor of Dole Whip yet. I've been trying to get that. Decode the timer, yes. That would be funny. But at 7 p.m., we have the Disney Nerd Herders. They'll be talking about Liberty Square and have special guests on with them as they talk about the rides in Liberty Square. That's the one thing I didn't do, but really there's the Haunted Mansion and the Liberty Boat, and they put the Liberty Boat with the train. So, and the Haunted Mansion for me would win anyway, because that is my favorite ride of all. So I always have to ride the Haunted Mansion. Kathy is so happy to find another person that does not like the mango. Yeah, I'm not just the flavoring and that, but the other flavors seem like they're pretty good. I've tried the different ones. I just haven't caught their sequence of how they release the different flavors. And I'll have my brother go by because he works out that way and ask them what do they have for the Dole Whip, or I'll check their Facebook. I always ask whatever flavors. But yeah, try to think what else there. Yeah, the Disney Nerd Herders at 7 p.m. Pete McDevitt is having Xanaland on his Chilling with Pete show at 7 p.m. Also at 8 p.m., Wonderful World of Walter and D&G Explorers. They go on at 8. At 9 p.m., Monarch Moments. And then the This and That crew. And I know they'll be talking about, it looks like their Biggest Loser challenge and get the teams all together. So good luck to everyone who has signed up for that. I know I signed up for that. I figure I'll be doing some different things for myself, and it'll be fun to be part of the challenge with that. They should make an avocado swirl whip. That would be interesting, an interesting flavor if they could do something like that. Because I know people talk about the avocado margarita. I'm like, well, I don't know if I would like that or not. Maybe if somebody had it and I got to taste it, but yeah, that would be interesting, an interesting flavor, an avocado swirl whip. They probably could do that if somebody ever wanted to try that. I signed up too. I need that team motivation. Yeah, that's pretty much me, Carol Karki. It's like that accountability type of thing, but it'll be fun because those guys, they're pretty funny, and I have seen them out walking and different things. So we'll see what happens. So I'll be watching Monarch Moments on one tablet and watching them on the other to find out what's going on with the Biggest Loser challenge and what you need to do. So that'll be fun. I already won. I'm the Biggest Loser. Yeah, Garrett. Yeah, you're not making a lot of people happy these days. But I'm just joking, though. You know that. And you guys have a guest on your show tonight, right? Monarch Moments. I can't remember who it was now. That's going to be a guest on your show tonight. I don't want to be on Shep's team. That could be scary. Yeah. Who knows where Shep would take everyone on their challenge. And then usually at 10 p.m., the Griswold family vacay does trivia. They're actually touring the Northwestern United States with the national parks. So there won't be a show unless he goes live himself later. Monarch Moments has Mama Mouse coming on. Yes, that's what it was. I was trying to picture it. It is Mama Mouse on Monarch Moments. That should be fun with Mama Mouse there. Yeah, I can imagine what all goofy pictures Garrett will have on there tonight. Daniel, I hope so. Watermelon sounds wonderful. That'll be good, watermelon. I know they tried some other Dole Whips. I think the Peter Pan float has a lime flavor. I don't know if it's an ice cream or a sherbet or if it's a Dole Whip in the Peter Pan float. I've never had it, the Peter Pan float. And I know they've done that Pirate Princess Red float with a raspberry flavored Dole Whip or some flavor like that, or a strawberry Dole Whip and everything. Yeah, I was trying to remember who the picture was, and that was Mama Mouse. So, and I know she's been going live, and she was at SeaWorld yesterday, but she was really double dutying it at the parks because she was with Resort TV One last night at Universal Studios. So she really put in the mileage on the parks yesterday. And she was very thirsty because I know when I caught it, she went to Starbucks and came back with 3 different drinks. Not to make fun of her, but I'd probably do the same thing. I'm going to have to make fake Dole Whip tonight. Time to pull out chia, Amy. I actually thought you were going to do that last night, Garrett, when you had a Tina chia on there. Well, but that's pretty much the evening. Make sure you check out the liveplaces.com. All your different Disney channels that he has featured, or all the different channels, whether it's Disney, RVing, music, traveling, cruising, because I know people are getting excited with the cruises, getting ready to start back up sometime soon, and talking about the Disney Wish. That looks like that would be fun to go on. Welcome in, Bob, One Stop Mouse. Thank you for joining. But check out the Disney Nerders at 7 p.m. or Pete McDevitt, or both if you have other more than one source to watch various streams on. So I'm going to go ahead and end. I do thank everyone for joining. And thank you for stopping in, Bob. I hope everything's going good for you. Hopefully the new job is working out with the DVC, and I hope you're enjoying that. So I'm glad that you stopped in, Bob. Thank you for joining. But I hope you guys all have a great evening. I do thank you for joining. I do appreciate it. Keep the notification bell rung. Make sure it's solid. There'll be some surprise streams over the weekend. It is a holiday weekend. I do have some plans that I'm going to be doing, and I may go live from there. It just depends on how the signals and everything go. But I do thank everyone for joining, and I will see you all in the chats, and let the adventures begin. Have a great night, everyone, and bye.